Okay, let's talk about why no one is flying the FSLabs A321 in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and also why most people are choosing the Fenix A320 family instead. For me, it was a really tough decision whether or not I should buy the FSLabs A321 since I already own 10 different Airbuses on multiple sims, but I finally decided to buy it so that you don't have to. Also, it would be fair to review something I haven't tried myself. Now, I'm not a real world pilot, just your typical flight simmer, and I'm going to focus on my experiences and the point of view of the average flight sim enthusiast. That being said, honestly, the FSLabs is a great add-on aircraft for Microsoft Flight Sim, and surely one of the best in all flight sim. I didn't fly the previous version back in P3D, but everyone spoke very highly of it, calling it a study level aircraft, saying it's the best plane in all flight sim, and yeah, it actually does live up to the hype, but the flight sim community and the market has changed dramatically since the dark ages of FSX and P3D, and the FSLabs, who used to be the top dog in flight sim, is now the old dog. The bar has been raised and the prices have gone down. Companies like Tolis on X-Plane and Fenix on Microsoft have entered the chat. To be honest, if the Fenix A320 family didn't exist, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. We would all be singing the praises of FSLabs and how good it is. So back to my original question, why is no one flying the FSLabs A321? Number one, the price is just a little too high. Again, if the Fenix didn't exist, this price wouldn't be such a big deal. $75 for a high fidelity A321 is really not a bad price, and it matches what PMDG is charging for the Boeing fleet. But the Fenix A320 is cheaper and, in my opinion, slightly better quality, so why would I pay more for less? Number two, bad timing. The FSLabs A321 released on the old Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 just after everyone spent all their money on the newly released Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. And many of us were really unsure of the future of the new simulator and cutting back on spending on the old platform, and Fenix had just released their A321 with the Sharklets, so why buy another one? If FSLabs had released the A321 Neo, it would have been a different story. And they still have a small window to release the A321 Neo before the Fenix does to capitalize on the demand for that aircraft. But number three, bad reputation. Sadly, FSLabs, who once was a very highly regarded developer, lost all, or at least a lot of their respect when they included some sort of malware virus in their installation of one of their previous aircraft. And since then, the community has had a bad taste in their mouth towards the team at FSLabs, which leads me to my next point: poor marketing. I think they could have been more strategic about the way they released this plane. And they are in a very unique scenario, I know. They needed to repair their reputation, regain the community's trust, while showcasing exactly what makes this plane special and better than the competition. I don't think they did that. They only gave it to just a few streamers and made announcements on their private forum, which nobody looks at, but none of that really made them stand out against the hype of the new sim or the competition, which is my next point. Competition. The FSLabs' main competitor is obviously the Fenix, and Fenix has already established themselves as the best Airbus family aircraft available, covering the A319, A320, A321, and that's it so far. But then the FSLabs comes along late to the party with their own, 4 years late to the party with their own high fidelity A321, which is, as I said before, it's a really good plane, and some people may actually prefer it, but it's not dramatically better in any way versus the competition. There's a few cool, unique features the FSLabs provides that no one else does, like custom MELs and failure system, dynamic brake wear, dust accumulation, icing, and even bug splatter, and GPS jamming. But besides those that I listed, the Fenix has just as good systems, better sounds, better visuals, much better cabin. FSLabs basically doesn't have one. Fenix has better ground handling when taxiing, better wing flex, more user-friendly EFB. Fenix makes it much easier to calibrate your throttles. They have 3 different variants already, and they are all compatible with Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Plus, we have so many Airbuses available to use, now it's hard for many of us to go out and spend more money on yet another Airbus. We have the Fenix A320 family, of course. We have the free ones like the fly-by-wire and the INI-Builds A320, not as good as the Fenix or FSLabs, but they'll get you where you need to go. Not to mention all of the A330s and the Airbuses on X-Plane. So it's a very saturated market. And so my last reason is that it's not compatible with Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Yet. Although they did promise a free upgrade when they update it, but we have no timeline as of when that'll be, if ever. So if you are still flying Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and you don't already own the Fenix A320, I think you'll be impressed by the FSLabs A321. And yes, I could recommend it, sorta. I still don't like the price. But if you already own the Fenix Airbus family, then in my opinion, it's not worth the $75 to buy yet another A320. But again, that's just my opinion. I'll leave you with that. So of course, let me know what you think of that in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. Remember, you have 3 choices: give up, give in, and give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time, next video. I'm out.